Leah and I are really big hand washing people. Even before COVID, we've always been pretty intentional about washing our hands. And my daughters would likely confirm this, as they're constantly perturbed by my instruction to go wash their hands whenever they get home from the Corps, school, really anything. Now, a few years ago, it became clear that the simple instruction, go wash your hands, wasn't quite clear enough. Both of my daughters would rush to the nearest sink, and as soon as some moisture touched their hands, they'd turn off the tap and call it good. Obviously, that wasn't going to work. That was unacceptable. So a new phrase evolved in our house. Now, when we get home, they hear, girls, happy birthday clean hands. Silly, I know, but essentially, it communicates what we taught them. That they turn on the water, apply soap, and then they scrub their hands and fingers while singing the happy birthday song. When they're done, they wash off all those germs and enjoy their clean, pretty mitts reborn, right? Happy birthday to the clean hands. The other day, we ran into a conundrum though. After coming home from swim practice, I told the girls, go inside, happy birthday clean hands, to which they, having showered right after practice, balked at my instruction. Dad, we're already clean. We swam in chlorine for the last hour plus, and we showered after. Why do we have to wash our hands? I said very simply, sometimes it's not about whether you feel you need to wash your hands or not. It's about being obedient and washing them anyways, because I've asked you to do so. To my immense fatherly pride, a few minutes later, I heard them both singing happy birthday. In this short but pivotal passage of Mark 1, 9 through 11, we see Jesus directly enter the narrative. He's met with John at the Jordan and is baptized. There's something I find really intriguing about this passage, though. You'll recall, John's baptism was a baptism for the repentance of sins. The purpose was to be clean and prepared for the Messiah. Jesus, we know, was without sin. The New Testament is unanimous in its picture of a perfect Jesus, obedient in all things. Why then would he consent to or waste his time engaging in what would be a meaningless ritual for him? In fact, in Matthew's Gospel, he records John himself trying to deter Jesus from being baptized. John says, I need to be baptized by you, and do you come to me? So why? The answer, well, Jesus gives it in the next verse of Matthew, chapter 3, verse 15. To fulfill all righteousness. Or in other words, Jesus did it to be obedient to the one who gave the instruction. And what is God's response to Jesus' obedience? He says, you are my son whom I love. With you I am well pleased. That we could overcome our pride, opinions, and desires, and instead choose obedience to the one who calls us his children.